So we've explored a lot of different parts of the drive. We've seen all kinds of different stuff here. Restaurants, bars, retail shops, and it's an amazing diversity of fun stuff to do. Almost everybody in this little tiny town is very LGBTQ friendly. A lot of the businesses are owned by gay men, by lesbians, by trans people. It's an awesome community for being so tiny. And right here, I'm standing with the owners of Art Frenzie, which is on the drive right next door to Johnson's. Bernadette and Debbi, welcome.
Welcome. Welcome to you.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your background. Why did you decide that you should have this fabulous local art gallery right on the drive in the midst of all the bars and restaurants and gay people?
Well, my background is this business. I'm interior designer by trade, but fell into the art and framing end of it. And when we met, she fell in love with it. Yeah. And we started freelancing. And at the time, Wilton Manors was still pretty redneck. They were just getting started working on the Alibi Plaza, and Georgie Alibi was going to be opening. So George is an old friend of ours, and we decided to open with the opening of Wilton Manor shops.
I think everybody loves George. George Kessinger is just an awesome guy, has so many stories to tell, and besides Wilton Manors, he's had his hands in so many other activities in the greater Fort Lauderdale area. He's been a big player in the softball industry, the gay softball leagues. He's owned bars, and I think even a resort. Didn't he own Club Caribbean Resort as well?
He was managing.
He managed it. And we used to set up there. So he was like, you girls need to open a gallery in the new shops.
Yes.
It's going to change the face of Wilton Manors. Let's do it.
So your original location was in the same plaza
Yes.
as Alibi?
Where the pizza place is now?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was our first gallery.
1997.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, George told me that when he first looked at it, there was an abandoned Piggly Wiggly,
yes,
and a bunch of like scrappy thrift shops and junk stores and vacant storefronts.
Yeah,
so
the trailer park.
It's certainly not like that anymore. So fast forward about what, 25 years?
26.
26 years, and you're right up the street in a freestanding building on Wilton Drive. How did that come about?
How do you want to explain that one?
Well, this is our fourth location.
In Wilton Manors?
Yes. We were started in the Alibi Plaza, then we moved right across from City Hall. Well, mostly because just the landlord situation. And back then I knew everything was going to spread out. So we were there for 10 years, then we were on the corner of 21st Court for 10 years, and now we've been here 2
years here.
So,
yeah.
And this is an amazing little space. So I'm looking around. We've taken some pictures we're going to put up in the interview as well. But I'm looking around, and I see a huge diversity of artwork. I see almost photorealistic pictures of shirtless guys, at the beachfront. I see pictures of tropical birds. I see pictures of different kinds of beachy scenes. I see famous celebrities. I see all kind of palm trees, everything you can imagine. What was the driving force behind this gallery? What was your mission as far as the type of artwork you wanted to carry?
I've always just wanted it to be a little bit of everything, a little something for everybody, because art is so personal. And, some people might love Steve Walker is one of our bestsellers still, one of the most prolific gay artists.
Yes.
And we met him the year after we opened.
Oh, wow.
So we are the distributors for the estate now. And, just a little bit of everything for everybody. And we have lots more. We do a lot of commercial jobs for hotels, restaurants that are just prints, like those kind of places aren't going to spend a ton of money on.
Right.
And we do wholesale to the trade.
Yeah, wholesale to the trade. A lot of work for designers.
Yeah, there's an amazing
custom
collection.
mirrors. We do. The framing is really the mainstay that keeps everything alive. Our frame shop's down in Flagler Village.
Oh, very cool.
And
Now, you're obviously two women here on the drive. Most of the people that we've run into, that we've interviewed, that we've talked to, have been gay men for most of the business owners and shopkeepers here. How does it feel to be a woman in this sea of men on Wilton Drive? Do they treat you any differently? Do you?
No, I don't feel any different at all.
So you love your
My
neighbors, you get
brothers and
along?
sisters, yeah,
Yeah.
we love our neighbors.
Very cool.
Yeah.
yeah,
very
we
much
love we
so.
love Wilton Manors. I
Yeah.
can't imagine
We loved watching it
being
grow
anywhere
and
else.
flourish.
So what do you love
beautiful.
about Wilton Manors? What makes Wilton Manors different than pretty much every other city in the
Diversity.
country?
Diversity. I mean,
Well, you
it's
can
just-
be who you are,
Yeah,
and
So nobody
everybody's
cares.
accepted.
that's
You
right.
know.
So if you wanted to go and put on a mustache and wear,
I
you
do
know,
that sometimes.
Yeah,
do you?
Yes, I
Nobody
do.
cares.
No,
It's just like, oh,
No.
hi, how you doing?
that's it.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
It's an awesome, awesome neighborhood. So one question I keep getting asked by a variety of people, especially women, is, you know, we see all these bars here, and a lot of the bars allow women or accept women, but I have not seen any exclusively female-oriented bars on the drive or anywhere really in Wilton Manors. What do women here do for entertainment, you know, the lesbians especially?
You should answer that.
I'm trying to think.
We did have a bar several years ago. We
Yeah.
had until that landlord decided to shut the building down.
I think it's cool that the women actually have to go to different places now.
There used to be a couple just lesbian bars, but the women, once they get in relationships, don't go out like the guys do.
Yeah.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. There's a reason for the joke that on the second date, a lesbian goes to U-Haul. There's a reason for that. So,
Very true, very
true.
true.
but it is really true. I have had numerous female, you know, lesbian bar owners tell me over the years that they transitioned their bars into being either male-oriented bars or more mixed bars because the women would not come out often enough and buy enough drinks to keep them in business.
Sure.
And, you know, we all know, some of us especially, go out 5, 6, 7, 8 nights a week and spend half of our budgets on alcohol and entertainment, which the women tend not to do as much. But I understand you also have a hand in doing some private events that happen on a regular basis for the Wilton Manors general vicinity in the lesbian community.
Yeah, we do. We do tea dances every 2 months. We were doing it over at the Eagle for, what was that, a year and a half?
Yeah, about a year.
Yeah. And now we're in Boca. And our dance is going to be on the 29th of July at Cosmos.
Very cool.
I'd love for you to come out. Come out, girls.
That's
Have
my
a good time
birthday.
with us. Because there is nothing for the women. I wanted to put something together so the women had a safe place to go.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because that is one question that I get asked, and it's not by design. It's not because anybody's trying to keep the women out. Women are welcome here. As you just heard, which is a kind of an anomaly around the country, the Eagle in Wilton Manors openly accepts and embraces lesbians, trans people, drag queens, pups, anybody who wants to go in there. It is not the old school 1968 style men's leather bar that, unless you have a handlebar mustache and black leather from, you know, head to toe, you're not welcome in there. The Eagle here is an 8,000 plus square foot facility that welcomes everybody and periodically does events that are focused on different aspects of the community. So
Oh, it was so sweet of them to open the doors for us. I mean, that was amazing. Not too many bars would do that. And they let us have the bar every Sunday, every 2 months on a Sunday.
And that's exactly what Wilton Manors is all about. It's about being open, about being accepting, about not particularly caring who you are or how you want to dress. It's just embracing the diversity and enjoying, you know, every shade of every color in the rainbow.
Yep.
Exactly.
So we want to thank you, Debbi and Bernadette, for doing this, for having the shop here, and for telling us about your experience in Wilton Manors. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Oh, thank you.